Hi everybody, this is the tutorial for Neverland. My name's Billy from Piano and Pies. Let's get stuck straight in. So we need just 4 chords to get through this song. So what we'll do is talk through each chord and then the strumming pattern after that and a little bit of the structure. So the first chord that we need is what we call an A sus2/4, which basically is going to be this shape here. It's a really gorgeous sounding chord. And that's going to be a 5 on the A string, 7, 7 on the A and D strings. You're going to put your middle finger on the G string fret 6 and have these 2 strings open, as in you don't put a finger on it. So you have to really position your hand as to not to catch the bottom 2 strings. Now I will talk about the strumming in a moment, but let's get through the other 3 chords. What we can do is slide our hand down and play an E major chord with the same fingers. If you want to play a regular E major like this, that's fine, but you can take that shape and keep those 3 fingers on the same fret, same strings, slide that shape down to frets 2, 2, 1 on the A, D and G and play all 6 strings and you get yourself the second chord, E major. So we're going from there to there. The next chord is what we call a B sus4, which is exactly the same shape as what we had earlier, but up to fret 7. So you can just slide that up. So 7, 9, 9, 8, and then the 2 open strings. So up to now we have this shape, going down to that shape, going down to, well, up to that shape. The last chord that we need is called an F sharp minus 7 chord, which we then move down to fret number 2, 4, and then technically 2, 2, 2, 2. If you really wanted to, let's say if you're not as confident with these bar chord types of shapes, you could keep the 2 fingers here from the B chord, slide it down, and just get rid of that middle finger. Kind of looks like I'm giving you the finger, so sorry about that. But yeah, so that is what you call an F sharp minor. However, on the track they have F sharp minor 7. Either will work fine, they both sound extremely similar, so go with whichever one you think is easiest. So we have the A sus2/4, we have the E major, then the B sus4, and then this F sharp minus 7. And just before I show you how to strum the chords, if you're interested in getting the chord chart for this with the full structure and the full order of the chords, as well as a sheet that has the chords and lyrics matched up, let's say you want to sing along or play along and you know which chord goes with which lyric, head on over to Patreon. I've got you covered. For the price of a coffee, you get everything wrote out professionally by myself, and I make sure to go over it without any mistakes creeping in, and yeah, you get access to this plus close to 600 other songs of all the latest releases over the past few years. But yes, the strumming has basically 2 different patterns. At the start, for the A sus2/4, we have the, and it's slightly palm muted. And we're going to play down, down, down. And on that 3rd down, just try and accent it a little bit more. And I'm not as palm muted. All I mean by that is this part of your hand touching the strings a little bit. And then I've got this down up afterwards. I then go to the E major chord, and that's down, up, down, 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 up. I then repeat everything I've just done on the next 2 chords. Then down to the F sharp minor. So slowly, to play all the way through that, we have I'll do that one more time, even slower, just so you can really get an idea of what's going on. Now, the kicker is, if you just keep playing those chords in that order over and over and over for a good few minutes, you've got yourself the full song. So the only other thing to really notice, and I'm looking over to my notes with the chord charts, that's over on Patreon, there is a chorus. It is the 3rd chorus. And the 3rd chorus, you want to try and be a little bit quieter. Now, because we are playing the same thing over and over and over, even when it's kind of the more synthesizer sound, it's the same chords. What we can do is add a little bit of variety. And one of the things you could do on this quieter 3rd chorus if you wanted to, you could sustain the chords. Let's say you're working with a singer or you're singing it yourself and you want just a little bit of difference, you could hold the chords. Sustaining is just where you play the chord once, let it ring out. So you could do like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. And you get that lovely type of sound there, these nice kind of open sounds. But yes, in a nutshell, that's exactly what you need to do to get through this song. So if you did find it useful, please do like and subscribe, really does help out my channel, and also consider getting the extra material over on Patreon, just like the people on the screen will get. These are my active patrons, so they support me every month and make this job worthwhile, and they will get access to that sheet straight away the moment this video goes live. So thanks to them for their support, thanks to you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.